Hey polish fans, it's Caroline again, and welcome to another video here at Wildwind Lacquer. In today's video we are continuing on with my fall nail polish rack additions, and this time we are focusing on Bee's Knees Lacquer. I've picked 12 polishes for my fall seasonal racks, and I'm actually a bit surprised that I was able to whittle it down to just one orange. I've included a red. Most of these turned out to be in the purple family, which is not really a surprise, I suppose. And there are some really beautiful polishes, I think 3 of which are magnetics. Before we get started, if you're new, make sure to hit that little subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss out on any of my new videos. And let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, we've got 12 polishes that I'm going to be sharing with you that I'll be adding to my fall rack. All of these are absolutely beautiful. I think we have at least a few that have original UP pigment in them, so those are really special. I believe this is one. Those 3 might be one as well, and I think this one might be, but we'll talk about each one as we go over them. So this first one is a magnetic. This is the red that I'm adding, and it is all the Dinosaurs Feared, the T-Rex. This one is such a cool polish. It is a red magnetic, very deep burgundy magnetic. So the main tone of the polish is this rich red, and then when you pull the magnet onto it, it blackens the base, and then you can see all of the beautiful flakies that are in here. Really, really gorgeous. And it does darken up a lot more when you have it on the nail swatch. As you can see here, all of that darkened area is from the magnetic pull being pulled into that line. I think I did end up with a couple of different lines through the 3 different layers, but it's a really gorgeous polish. I love the contrast of the flakies, and that really brilliant red flash in the magnetic line is really, really gorgeous. So I thought this one would be a really beautiful color for fall. I have sort of been challenging myself to add more of these reds to my fall rack so that I can wear them. If you are new to my channel, reds and a few other colors like pinks and yellows are still in those color families that I don't wear all that often. Yellows even, I don't even have that many to speak of. That's changing slowly, but I only think I have like under a dozen yellows. So reds I have a lot more of. Most of them are in this deep burgundy shade, so I thought this one would be a beautiful addition for my fall rack. Again, that was all the Dinosaurs Feared, the T-Rex. Our one and only orange, surprisingly, is this one, and it is Vitalum Vitalis. This one is such a gorgeous polish, and as you can see here, it is a UP polish. This one is a lot sheerer than you would think looking at this gorgeous sort of burnt orange base, but look at that flash of the UP. Such a stunning, glowing polish. This one I most likely will be wearing over a cream polish to save the UP pigment. I also want this to be a bit darker than how it turned out on the nail swatch. This is 3 coats, and as you can see, it did turn out a bit lighter than what it's showing in the bottle, but it is absolutely stunning. In the sun, you're going to get that beautiful flash from red to green. Really, really gorgeous. So like I said, I do want this deeper burnished copper look that I'm seeing in the bottle. So most likely I will pair it with something maybe along the lines of this one by Essie. That one is Playing Coy. I think the deep burnt orange tones of it will probably pair very nicely with this. And I might do some testing around just to make sure. But another one that could work if you have something like this, or if you also have this and are trying to find an undie. This one also by Essie is called Head to Topaz. This one I believe is a bit on the lighter side, but it could also work as a good undie base for this polish. So again, that one was called Vitalum Vitalis. The next one is another magnetic. This one is called Falling in Reverse, Losing My Mind. This one is such a gorgeous color. It is really hard to describe. I think this one might have been a polish pickup from a couple years back now, but it is this beautiful array of multichromes and flakies, and let's go ahead and see how those flakies really show up when this is magnetized. That is amazing. This one has so many different colors going on. So you've got that beautiful magnetic line that is a mix of like blue and purple, or maybe even fuchsia blue and purple. It's really hard to tell. Then you've got all of this, what I think is, well, it's similar to, if it's not UP pigment, and then those beautiful flashing iridescent flakies that also have a similar shift as the original UP pigment, so they go from like this red to gold to green. Here's what it looks like in 3 coats. This one was another sheer or polish, but look at that magnetic flash. It is so beautiful. This is another one that I think I would want to pair over an undie just to get that deeper color that you're seeing in the bottle. I'm not sure yet what I would use this over. I mean, you could go for a black undie as well, just to get this as dark as possible, but I would probably pair this over something not quite as stark as a pure black. I might go for, basically a cream version of something like this, just a very dark purple. I think could look very nice over this, and you might not need the 3 coats. You could probably get away with just the 2 over a deep color like this, but something along the lines of a very deep vampy purple or blurple I think could make this one really pop and stand out. And like I said, the flakies in this are just so amazing. Really, really like this one. Cannot wait to wear this. Hopefully at least some of those flakies are coming out to play on the video. Really, really pretty though. So that one again was Falling in Reverse, Losing My Mind. The next one is their Customer Appreciation that came out in 2021, and this is a gorgeous color. Here's what this one looks like in 3 coats. This is another one that is kind of hard to describe. I almost want to say that there is that black to red shift in here, but it's not making up the entire base. As you can see, there's also like a blued shift in here as well, and I'm not sure if that's coming from the pigment base. As you can see, there's also a lot of purple in this. There's green. I mean, there are so many colors. Hopefully you can see all of the colors coming across on this edge. I'm seeing green and gold and orange and purple and teal. I don't know if all of those are coming across on camera, but this is such a rainbow, a very dark rainbow in a bottle. It is so beautiful. So another one that I cannot wait to wear. This is definitely one of the darker colors that I've picked, but I think it's really gorgeous, especially for this time of year. And I think the warm color that it shifts to is perfect for the fall season. So that again was Customer Appreciation 2021. And then our last magnetic of the bunch is A Girl is Arya Stark, and this is another gorgeous magnetic. Also kind of hard to describe, although I think this one is a bit more, a little less complicated than Falling in Reverse. This one is more of like a purpley eggplant to green shift, but you also see gold and again teal here towards the edge of the bottle. This also has a beautiful array of flakies in it. These ones lean a little bit more towards the gold and green. And here's what this one looks like in the bottle when it's magnetized. Oh yeah. Very contrasty. The base turns into this beautiful deep navy blue, and the multi-chrome pigment that you're seeing in there is that magnetic pigment. So you've got that pink and red and gold pulling up into that magnetic line, and then of course the contrast of those flakies against the deeper base is really prominent. And here's what that one looks like in 3 coats. This one I think is pretty opaque on its own with that 3rd coat, but if you wanted to only do 2 coats, you could again choose a dark cream to put this over. I also think that this one would work with a dark purple or even a black in this instance because of how opaque it is. As you can see, the flakies really pop, and what I'm mostly seeing in this magnetic pull on the nail swatch is the pink and gold. But I'm sure in different lightings that will change. I just love the contrast of these green flakies. Very beautiful. So that was A Girl is Arya Stark. The next is, I believe, another one of the UP pigments, although it doesn't say, but it is Master of Alchemy, and this one is such a gorgeous purple. Very, very rich, almost like a royal purple. And of course you've got that beautiful pigment in there. You see greens and reds, teals and golds. It is amazing. I'm hoping at least some of that is coming across on camera. It is spectacular. Very, very, very gorgeous. She does these UP pigment polishes so very well. This is how this looks like. Very fuzzy. And this is how this looks in 3 coats. Again, if you wanted to save your UP polish, you could wear this over an undie again with the purple. A deep rich purple could make a beautiful base. That way you can save up your UP polish and not use it up so quickly, but it does layer very beautifully over itself. So that is it in 3 beautiful coats. Very vampy and dark. So that again was Master of Alchemy. This next one is a little bit more of like a mulberry purple. This is called the Bloodhound, and this is another one that I'm pretty sure has UP pigment, or at least sibling UP pigment. And again, it's very flashy in here. You've got the green to red to gold. Absolutely stunning against this mulberry purple base. I think the green in this is really prominent. Love how that looks. And this is what it looks like on the nail. Such a gorgeous color. On the nail you definitely see a lot of that shifting shimmer. You see multiple colors at the same time, so there might be a couple of different kinds of pigment in there for that shimmer. Very, very beautiful, and it definitely shows up on the nail. That is 3 coats. You might be able to get away with it in 2 coats, but the 3rd coat definitely richened it up and made it fully opaque for sure. So that was the Bloodhound, another absolutely gorgeous glowy polish. Another beautiful purple one is this one called Rhino Boys, and this is definitely a UP polish. This one came out as a limited edition, I believe a few releases back, and it is another beautiful purple polish. This one is not quite as dark as Master of Alchemy, and it's also a bit more on the dusty side, but very, very beautiful. Here's what it looks like in 3 coats. This one definitely needed all 3 coats to reach full opacity, so if you wanted to, again, save your UP polish, if you have this one, I would definitely suggest pairing this over maybe a dusty toned purple, like, maybe that might be a little too dusty. Maybe like this one. This is Avi by Zoya. I think this one could be a fairly decent base color for that polish, or anything like that. I'm sure there are quite a lot of colors in that family, but anything along those lines would help give you an opaque base to layer this over, and again you would save your UP polish. But that is another gorgeous color, and again that one was Rhino Boys. Our last true purple is this one here, again in that dusty purple tone. This one is called Shadow Fire. I thought that this one would make a beautiful fall polish because, well, I love these tones in general. If you've watched any of my other fall nail polish rack videos for this year, you'll see this color quite a lot. In fact, I just pulled out 2 of them to show you. But this type of dusty taupish grayish purple is really one of my favorite colors. I have quite a lot of them from all different brands. I tend to pick them up, especially a while back. I was looking for a very specific shade of that color, and I think I eventually did find it, but in the meantime I found a whole lot of other variations of that color family. But this particular one is that beautiful dusty grayish purple, and then what makes this one so special is that beautiful shimmer in here. You've got a beautiful array of blues to purples to almost like teal, and then you've got these gorgeous, I think they might be little hollow flakies in there. Really gorgeous, and again, unlike any of the other colors in that family that I have in my collection. Here's what it looks like in 3 coats. This is one of the colors on this wheel that could have probably gotten away with just 2 coats. It is fairly opaque. Very gorgeous color, and that flash of the green and teal is definitely prominent on the nail. Adds this sort of eerie gloom to the polish, which I absolutely love. So that was a Shadow Fire. Beautiful. Oh, and you can also see a little bit of like a brighter pink at certain angles. I don't know if that is showing up at all. Now we're getting into the blues. This one was a polish pickup release, and this one is Tartarus. This one was such a fan favorite. I definitely recommend tracking this down if you didn't get it. It is really spectacular. In fact, I don't remember if this one was the one that like immediately came back for polish pickup or rebind, because everyone that didn't get it immediately wanted it. So this is what it looks like in 3 coats. This is another polish that I think could get away with 2 coats on some nail lengths. It is fairly opaque by comparison to some of the other polishes, and it is really gorgeous. It has that, again, a sort of an eerie quality of the shimmer compared to the beautiful blue base. Again, with the flakies, it is just such a stunning color. Definitely worth all the hype around it. It is definitely worth tracking down, and just such a gorgeous color. I don't think I even talked about it before. I went on about how it came back for polish pickup rewind. But look at all the colors that you're seeing in the bottle. It is this beautiful deep blue, and you see all of the shifting shimmer in here. I mean, there's so many colors going on. And it has those flakies in it that are so beautiful. Really gorgeous color. That again was Tartarus. And then this is another polish pickup. This is a lion with a thorn in its paw. This is perhaps one of the lighter colors, and I might save this more for wearing in winter, but I also might be wearing it this fall. So I thought I'd add it because it is a gorgeous color, and I think the warm flashes that I'm seeing in here really lend itself nicely to a fall, maybe an early fall, although we are quickly passing early fall up here. But like I said in another video, I think I'll probably be wearing my fall rack deep into winter because I have a lot of polishes that I want to get to wear. So this is what this one looks like in 3 coats. Again, you probably could get away with 2 coats on a lot of nail lengths unless you have very long stilettos. This one was one of the more opaque polishes. I love the flakies in this and that shimmer. The whole compilation of this polish is just absolutely gorgeous. Very beautiful. I do think that the dusty quality of this color of blue lends itself nicely to the fall season. So we'll see if I get around to wearing this one, but I really love this one. So that was a lion with a thorn in its paw. And then the last polish from Bee's Knees Lacquer that I'm adding to my fall nail polish rack is Dead Doesn't Mean Gone, and this is another UP polish. This one was definitely on the sheerer side, as most UP polishes will be. Otherwise you would drown out the UP pigment and then you wouldn't be able to see it. But this one is such a beautiful gray polish. A very light version of some of those grayish purple tones that I have been enjoying. And of course then you've got that beautiful UP pigment in there, adding the flash of green, gold, and red. Here's what that looks like in 3 coats. This is another one that you definitely need 3 coats to build up to full opacity, but it is definitely worth it. And again, if you didn't want to use up all of your UP polish to get it to opacity, you could definitely layer this over I think any gray polish that's in this same tone. I think this one might actually be a fairly good match. Kind of. This one is Cherry Mocha by Clean Colors. Somewhat close, although maybe a little bit lighter. And if you wanted to darken it up, you could put it over something like Essie's Smokin' Hot. That would definitely deepen the color, but it's in the similar family of these grayish purplies. So beautiful color, again with that UP pigment. It's stunning. Absolutely love that one. So that again was Dead Doesn't Mean Gone. So there you have it. That was the Bee's Knees polishes that I am adding to my fall nail polish rack. Let me know down below if I missed any. I know I did have to whittle this down quite a lot. I in fact was hoping to get to 10, and I couldn't get rid of any more of these for that. So let me know again down below if I missed any, or if you have any in your nail polish rack that you're excited to wear for the fall season. Again, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that little subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss out on any of my new videos, and I will see you in that next one.